Hello, this is Mary from May Arts, and today I'm going to share with you how I've created this really simple and completely adorable tassel charm. Tassels have been really trendy lately, and I am absolutely ready to hop on the bandwagon. I'm going to start with this suede string. This is an ivory, and I'm also going to use a bead cap. I just picked up a few of these really large bead caps at my local craft store. I have some beading wire and a pair of scissors for trimming it, and I also have some round nose pliers. These are really great to have when you're trying to make those perfect little loops at the top of your charm. I'm going to begin by winding my cording around my fingers. Now, I wasn't exactly sure how much cording I was going to need to fit into that large bead cap, so every so often I'm going to go ahead and just fit it in there and see about where I'm at. If it's still a little loose, I'm going to continue to add more cording, and I did end up using about 2 yards of my cord for this particular size of bead cap. Now that I'm happy with the size of my tassel, I'm going to take a length of this beading wire and I'm going to secure my cording in place. Now you can see here I've used quite a bit because I wasn't exactly sure how much I was going to need, but you probably really only need about maybe a 12-inch length of your beading wire. I simply ran the wire through the center of my cord bundle, and then I'm going to tie it off just by twisting, and then I'm going to trim off the shorter tail, leaving the longer one to make our loop at the top. Now that our cording is secure, we're going to go ahead and bundle it all together nice and tight with another smaller length of the beading wire. I took about 6 inches worth of my wire and I wrapped it around pretty close to the top of my little bundle, and then I'm going to tie it once again just by twisting the wire, and then this time I'm going to trim both of my ends off. And you can see that I had just a bit of a tail left, so I'm going to take my pliers and kind of twist that around so it's not sticking out. And finally, to finish up our tassel, we're going to just trim those loops. To finish off my charm, I'm going to slide my bead cap down the wire to cover the top of my tassel, and I am going to use just a little bit of E6000 glue because I do not want it to be moving around. I want it to be very secure so that when I decide to wear it, I'll know that everything is absolutely secure and is not going to move around. So after my glue has dried completely, I'm going to move on to the wire wrapping to complete the loop at the top of my charm. Just wrap the wire around one side of your round nose pliers a couple times, and then you're just going to wrap the rest of the wire, or a length of it depending on how much you've cut in the first place, around the stem of your charm, which is basically the area between your loop and the top of your bead cap. Now I did this probably about 10 times, but it'll just be up to you. You want it to look nice and neat. You don't really want too much overlapping, so just keep a nice, neat coil. All you really need is just a little bit to secure the wire in place, and then you're going to trim it off and use your round nose pliers to kind of just flatten down any sharp edges. And here's a closer look. You can see how absolutely perfectly round that little loop is, and now I'm going to just finish off my tassel by trimming up some of the edges. I really wanted kind of a wild and woolly look, but if you wanted a more clean look, just simply trim it off straight at the end. You can see here that I've added my charm to the end of a faux rosary chain that I've created, and I am absolutely loving it. Yep, I am totally digging this trend. Alright guys, that is the project. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye!